Hello, I am Amelia. At the age of 30, I considered myself content and fulfilled. I cherished my relationship with my husband, James, and cherished the sisterly bond I shared with Lisa, my younger sister. Our family dynamic had always been harmonious, with love flowing effortlessly between us. But everything changed when our father's will was read, unraveling secrets that tore our world apart. My father had amassed a significant fortune during his lifetime, and Lisa, being the youngest, had been his favorite. As a result, she inherited the entirety of his wealth, leaving me with nothing but treasured memories. On the one hand, I had chosen to disclose this fact to James, and on the other, I thought it was unnecessary to burden him with the knowledge. I believed our love was strong enough to withstand any financial differences, but fate had other plans. I met James, my now ex-husband, during our college days. We were inseparable from the start, and our love seemed unbreakable. One such day, as the sun began to set and cast a golden glow upon the landscape, we found ourselves lying on a blanket in the middle of a field. We gazed up at the vast expanse of the sky, dotted with twinkling stars, and James proposed to me for marriage then and there.
Delia, do you ever think about our future together?
Much all the time. I can't imagine a future without you, James.
Delia, do you ever think about our future together? Me neither. You've become the most important person in my life. Amelia, I want to be with you every step of the way, through thick and thin. Delia, all these moments we've shared, the love we have for each other, it's something extraordinary. I cannot imagine my life without you by my side. Will you marry me?
Yes, James. 1,000 times, yes. I want nothing more than to spend the rest of my life with you.
Months later, our dream of a beautiful wedding became a reality. Surrounded by our loved ones, James and I exchanged vows, promising to love, honor, and cherish each other until the end of our days. Little did I know that this love would be put to the ultimate test, and I would be left shattered and betrayed. 3 years after my marriage, I received the news of my parents passing away in a tragic car accident. It was in the aftermath of their passing that the contents of the will were revealed, and
Lisa, I can't believe this is happening. Our parents, they left everything to you.
I know, Amelia. I can't comprehend it either. It feels so unfair, especially knowing how much you meant to them.
I accepted it, Lisa. I tried to make peace with their decision, but it's hard, you know, to feel like I've been cast aside, like I don't matter.
You do matter, Amelia. You mean everything to me. But our parents had their reasons, their motives that we might never fully understand.
Motives. It's all so vague, Lisa. I thought we were a family, that our bond transcended anything materialistic. Now I question everything.
Believe me, Amelia, I questioned it too. But it's done now. We can't change what's happened, no matter how much it hurts.
I wish they had communicated their intentions, their reasons. Maybe then it wouldn't feel like such a betrayal. Maybe then I could find solace in understanding.
I wish I could provide you with the answers you seek, Amelia. But I can only promise you this. I will do everything in my power to make sure you never feel alone in this. We're sisters, and I love you.
I love you too, Lisa. No matter what, we'll find a way to navigate through this darkness together.
After a long and emotional conversation with Lisa about her inheritance, I felt a heaviness in my heart as I made my way back into my home. Thoughts swirled through my mind, contemplating whether to reveal the truth to James or continue to shield him from the burden. James, there's something I need to tell you. It's about Lisa and her inheritance.
What about it? Is everything alright?
Lisa inherited everything, James, our father's entire fortune.
Everything. But what about us, and why are you telling me this now?
I didn't tell you because I thought our love was strong enough. I didn't want you to feel burdened or conflicted.
Amelia, love is essential, but finances, they do matter too. We have dreams, aspirations. Lisa's inheritance changes everything.
I know, James, but what can I do now? I am burdened with the thoughts of the future as well.
Amelia, you don't have to bear all the burdens alone. We're in this together, remember? You've been successful without that inheritance. You don't need to worry about any of that. I love you, and that's all that matters. Our love transcends money.
At that moment, James' words became a lifeline, offering me hope as days turned into weeks. I couldn't help but notice the growing intimacy between James and Lisa, my sister. They would stay on us late till night, and James would often go to meet Lisa at her inherited house. Whenever I questioned him, he called me paranoid and told me that it was nothing. But James, the way you two interact, the inside jokes, the shared secrets. I feel like an outsider in my own family. It hurts.
James, I've noticed something between you and Lisa. It's been bothering me.
You know some consider some, and but what are you talking about, Amelia? Nothing is going on, you're just being paranoid, you know?
But James, it's not just about being close. It's about the way it makes me feel. It's about the distance that has grown between us.
You're blowing things out of proportion. Amelia, Lisa's just my sister-in-law. We've always been close, and there's nothing wrong with that.
But James, it's not just about being close. It's about the way it makes me feel. It's about the distance that has grown between us.
Ilya, I didn't realize how much this was affecting you. I never meant to make you feel this way. I'm sorry. It's true, Amelia, I'm sorry. I've been selfish, caught up in my own world. But I promise from now on, I'll do better.
4 months had passed since the untimely demise of my parents, and I was still grappling with the void their absence had left behind. One such afternoon, James and Lisa arrived at my doorstep to reveal something that made me question my relationship with them.
Ilya, I've been wanting to tell you this for a long time now. Lisa and I are together.
Yes, Amelia. We found so much comfort in each other that we fell in love.
Explain yourselves. How could you do this to me?
Ilya, I've fallen in love with Lisa. It was unexpected, but the connection between us grew stronger over time.
I'm sorry, Amelia. But see, I have all the inheritance, and James is not so dumb to choose you over me.
So this was all planned. You conspired to not only steal my love, but also the family's wealth.
I won't deny that the allure in her penniless life played a role, but Amelia, please understand, I never wanted to hurt you.
I never thought I would witness such betrayal from the two people I held closest to my heart. You have broken more than just my trust. You have shattered our family.
Get enough drama, sis. It's not a big deal. You can get a new partner.
Are you for real?
Leave. Much we were going to anyway.
With that, I closed the door, shutting out the remnants of a life that had once held joy and love. The room felt emptier than ever before, the silence now suffocating. I was left alone to face the wreckage of my shattered marriage, to rebuild my life from the ruins of love and trust. I remember with vivid clarity the days of my childhood when the favoritism my parents displayed towards my little sister, Lisa, was an undeniable presence in our lives. I remember with vivid clarity the days of my childhood when the favoritism my parents displayed towards my little sister, Lisa, was an undeniable presence in our lives. It seemed as though she effortlessly commanded their attention, basking in their affection and reaping the rewards that came with it. She would receive lavish gifts, enjoy better opportunities, and be showered with praise for the simplest of achievements. Meanwhile, I had to tread carefully, lest I be labeled as spoiled or demanding. The disparity in treatment was a constant reminder of my position in the family dynamic. Just when I thought my life had started getting back on track, the wounds of betrayal began to scab over fate through an unexpected curveball. It had been 6 long and painful months since James had walked out on me, leaving me heartbroken and shattered. But that Sunday evening, while I was peacefully working, he showed up at my door with signs of regret. He was on his knees, begging for forgiveness.
Amelia, please let me in. I need to talk to you. Amelia, I know I've hurt you deeply, and I can't begin to express how sorry I am. I was blinded by God's greed and selfishness. I let our love slip through my fingers, chasing a mirage of wealth.
He left me for my sister's inheritance. Why should I believe that anything has changed?
Amelia, during these past months, I've faced my demons. I realized that true wealth doesn't lie in possessions, but in the love we shared. I've come to understand the depth of the mistake I made, the emptiness that accompanies a life devoid of true connection.
Just when I thought my life had started getting back on track, you returned. But this time, you're not the man who betrayed me. This time, you're the man who's crying on his knees, begging for forgiveness. How could you do this, James?
I never intended for things to turn out this way. Amelia, it just happened.
You said you loved me. How could you leave me for my sister, the one person I thought I could trust?
I thought Lisa and I had something real, but it was all built on greed, Amelia. We were both blinded by the promise of wealth.
Greed? Is that what our love meant to you? Nothing more than a means to an end? I thought we had something genuine, James.
Amelia, please understand. I was seduced by the idea of a luxurious life. I was weak, and I made a terrible mistake.
And what about us? What about the life we had built together? Did it mean nothing to you?
No, Amelia, our life together meant everything to me. I took it for granted, blinded by the allure of material possessions, but now I see the truth.
The truth? What truth is that, James?
He said, and I realized that our relationship was built on a foundation of greed. The more we chased after wealth, the more we lost sight of what truly mattered. Our love crumbled under the weight of our own secrets and lies.
And where does that leave us now, James? Can we ever recover from this?
Ely, I am begging you for forgiveness. I made a terrible mistake, and I regret it with every fiber of my being. I want nothing more than to make things right, to rebuild what we had.
James, I can't decide so soon. Please give me some time to think about it.
I wondered if James's sudden return was genuine, or merely a result of the one secret I had kept hidden about Lisa. Could it be possible that he had suffered in every moment spent with her, sick by the decision he made to abandon me for the allure of her inheritance? It seemed unfathomable that he, the very man who had shattered my world, would return to me so abruptly after only a few short months. When James returned the other day, asking for my answer to his request to get back together, I found myself facing a difficult decision. Did I dare reveal the secrets about Lisa that I had kept hidden? Even if it meant shattering what little remained of our already fractured relationship?
Amelia, please. I can't bear the thought of losing you completely. I made a terrible mistake, and I am so sorry. I miss us the life we had together.
James, I understand that you're regretful and seeking forgiveness, but there's something I've kept hidden. Something you need to know about Lisa. Lisa, she wasn't the person you thought she was. She manipulated our father to inherit everything in his will. She knew about his wealth and used her charm to influence his decisions. She's engaged in fraudulent activities to maintain the lavish lifestyle she's been living. She manipulated our father, James. She played upon his emotions, exploiting his love and trust, all for her own gain. She made him believe that she was the only one who truly cared for him, that was merely seeking his wealth. Lisa manipulated his perception of us, painting me as someone unworthy of his affection.
I had no idea. Amelia, I was blinded by her apparent wealth and the promises of a better life. I couldn't see the truth right in front of me.
Back when she graduated and barely had any money to pay rent or afford things, she indulged in borrowing to sustain a lavish lifestyle, even though our father had explicitly wanted her to manage her own expenses. She used to come to me every other day, asking for money because of her excessive spending habits.
So all this time, she was using you and your father's love to fund her lifestyle. That's the pitiable. So,
Lisa's excessive spending habits led her to borrow thousands from people working in her office, telling them different stories because apparently her salary wasn't enough for her to manage everything. She was always skilled at manipulating situations, and with her innocent charms, she'd get anyone to believe her.
Listen, when Lisa and I were together, she was always reckless with money. She never handled the inheritance responsibly, constantly living beyond her means. I thought marrying her would lead to a life of very luxury, but instead it was a constant struggle to keep up with her extravagant lifestyle. And I'm sorry, Amelia, I didn't realize the stark contrast between you and Lisa. I see, now that you're the responsible one, the one who knows how to manage and appreciate what you have, leaving you was a terrible mistake, and I can't bear the thought of losing you forever.
Let me tell you one thing. James is a liar. He was not the one who left Lisa. She was the one who betrayed him, and then he was here with the hope that I would forgive him. Let him live in my house and take care of him, just like the good old days. This man surely had a lot of expectations after all the mess he created. On top of this, I also received a voice recording from Lisa, where James was telling her how he only married me for my father's wealth, thinking I'd get a lot of money when he died. The will that was announced 6 months ago outraged him because his plans were ruined, and that's how he created this whole other plan of getting with my sister.
But I know one more thing, James. I know you lied to me. Lisa was the one who left, and you got nothing but debts and regrets. You dated her for her money, but you saw nothing coming from it. You lost everything you had, your wife, your house, your income, your reputation.
But that's not true. I love Lisa because I love you more than I loved her.
You can stop lying now. I have the proof on me.
Angelo, darling, I am sorry, but please give me a second chance. I can make everything better.
Listen, James, I can't ignore the hurt you caused me. The wounds run deep, and trust needs to be rebuilt. Right now, I'm not ready to accept you. While I was suffering, trying to accept the fact that you left me for my sister, you were enjoying your life with her, even for a short period.
I understand. What I did was truly unforgivable.
I cannot get back to you. You treated me real bad all those months.
I've been well aware of James's motives when he came back, believing that I still had feelings for him, hoping that I would take him back and help him repay the debts left behind by Lisa. However, he couldn't have been more mistaken. I had no intention of accepting him back into my life, let alone providing him with financial assistance. As the months passed, news reached me about James's dire situation. He found himself entangled in a web of multiple jobs, desperately trying to earn enough money to repay the debts left behind by Lisa. He was struggling to make ends meet, but he never reached out to me for help. I respected his independence, but I also felt a pang of sadness for the man I once loved, who was now going through such hardship. As the months passed, I received news about James's dire situation. He had found himself entangled in a web of multiple jobs, desperately trying to earn enough money to repay the debts he and Lisa had accumulated while funding their luxurious lifestyles. Both of them were now being relentlessly pursued by creditors and even the authorities as they had failed to fulfill their financial obligations. Amidst the chaos, Lisa made futile attempts to contact me, seeking assistance in their time of need. However, I had no sympathy for their audacity. After all, how dare he approach me after causing so much pain and shattering the trust, driven solely by their greed and arrogance? I watched from a distance as their lives crumbled under the weight of their own choices. Their luxurious facade had crumbled, exposing the consequences of their actions. They were reaping what had sown, and no amount of pleading or desperate appeals would sway my resolve.